you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Yo, what is going on, Raidernation? It's your boy Samoa Raider back at it again with another video on this Friday afternoon. And I know that the draft is less than a week away right now, so I do have a mock draft coming out this weekend, most likely on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. And if you guys don't want to miss out on that, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. But today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reacting to some of these mock drafts, or what some of these analysts have the Raiders mocking at 17 and who they think the Raiders should get. And I know it's going to be a different variety of players because everybody has different minds, but I think it's going to be centered around kind of like the same positions. But before I could get into that and wondering who the Raiders could select at number 17, I want to look at the number 17 picks in the last 10 years. Now, looking at this list, man, the number 17 pick has been kind of good. There's a lot of solid players that got selected at the number 17 pick, and hopefully the Raiders can add on to that tradition. But knowing the Raiders, we can always reach on a player. Who knows? Knock on wood, I'm not trying to jinx it. But let's look back at those players. Looking at this list, man, there's a lot of names that stand out. You got CeeDee Lamb in last year's draft, Dexter Lawrence, Derwin James, who got selected to the LA Chargers, Jonathan Allen, Keanu Neal, Eric Armstead, CJ Mosley, Jarvis Jones, Dre Kirkpatrick, Nate Solder, and Mike Iupati. Those are all solid players. I think like most of them are really good players. Derwin James was a guy that I really wanted in that 2018 draft, but we ended up getting Colton Miller. But you know what? I'm not going to be too mad about that. But looking a little bit further in history, there's been a lot of, Hall of Famers selected at that 17th overall pick. The Raiders actually had two really notable players that they selected at the 17th overall pick. Looking back at 1967, the Raiders selected Gene Upshaw. And not only that, in the 2000 draft, the Raiders selected Sebastian Janikowski, kicker out of Florida State. Now, I know that was a questionable move at the time, but looking back at it, Sebastian Janikowski is one of, if not the best, Raiders kicker of all time. So the first website I'm going to be looking at is CBS Sports. They have the Raiders selecting Jamin Davis, linebacker out of Kentucky, with the 17th overall pick. Their reasoning for this is Davis has 3 down abilities because of his size, length, and fluidity as an athlete. Now, I don't disagree with you on that, but like I said in one of my videos before, reacting to the Raiders mock draft, I believe that's a big reach for the Raiders. Jamin Davis is a good talent, but I'd rather get him at earliest day 2, either in round 2 or round 3, but I would not get him in the first round. There's other players that we could address with that 17th overall pick. So if I would have to grade that, I would give it a C. Or yeah, I would give it somewhere around a C or C minus. But they did go with a 3-round mock draft, so who they had us getting in round 2 was Joseph Asai, edge out of Texas. He's a solid player, and I wouldn't mind him on the team. How bolster up that defensive line. And with that 79th overall pick, they had the Raiders selecting Ardarius Washington, safety out of TCU. He's a solid, rangy safety that's been rising up my draft boards. At first, I didn't really look at him because I was looking more at Trayvon Moehrig, but I do like him if we were to go in that direction. I mean, the only knock on him is his size. He's about 5'8" or 5'9", but other than that, this guy can go sideline to sideline. If you want him as that single high safety, he's that guy. And then with the 80th overall pick, they had the Raiders selecting Tommy Togiai, defensive lineman out of Ohio State. Yes, I'm kind of iffy on that pick, but overall, I honestly do not like that Jamin Davis move, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders did go in that direction and get him with that first pick. So Raider Nation, what would you give CBS Sports as a grade, getting Jamin Davis with the 17th overall pick? Let your boy know in the comments below. Moving on, I went over to Walter Football, and they had the Raiders selecting offensive tackle / guard Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama. Their reasoning for this? The Raiders need to address every level of their defense. However, they dumped 3/5 of their offensive line this offseason, so they need to rebuild their blocking unit as well. Alex Leatherwood, a former 5-star recruit, has excellent strength to be a stellar run blocker and athleticism to block elite edge rushers. Now, I do agree with you. The Raiders do need to adjust that offensive line. Alex Leatherwood is a really good tackle, and he's versatile enough to play the guard position as well. But in the first round, I'm not taking him in the first round. There's other tackles that I would rather have. Tevin Jenkins is one guy. If Rashawn Slater or one of those guys fall down to us, I would take them. I know that they probably won't fall, but if not, I would just address this in the second round. If I had to grade this pick, I would give it a B-. It is a position of need, but I feel like this is another reach for the Raiders if we were to get him in the first round. Now we move over to PFN, the Pro Football Network. They had the Raiders selecting Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now the reasoning for this is most teams would be put off by Caleb Farley's offseason back surgery. Yet, the Raiders are not most teams. Farley is a John Gruden type of athlete, and Mike Mayock covets tall, physical defensive backs so much that he won't just draft the best available Clemson player this year. Like so many other Raider early round selections, the choice to pick Farley will either turn out to be a stroke of genius or merely help fill out the injury reserve depth chart. I don't really like that reasoning at all. If you guys know me, I'm not trying to get a cornerback in the first round. I don't care who it is. I'm not getting cornerback in the first round. We already drafted a guy in Damon Arnett last season to be that cornerback, and he still has another year to hopefully improve. So as far as cornerbacks, I'd rather wait later. And Caleb Farley, yes, he's a good talent. Yes, he has all the intangibles to be a good player in the league. But this dude is built like glass. If this dude falls down one time, this dude can end up on the injury reserve list, and I do not want to take that chance at all. I'm done with Raiders selecting players that is going to end up on the injury reserve list. You know, Gareon Conley, DJ Hayden, Damon Arnett last season. So like I said, I'd rather wait to get a cornerback later and just get another position of need in the first round. I would give this grade a B-. Now we move over to NFL.com. Now there was 5 different mocks for the Raiders, and there's 5 different people. So obviously I'm just gonna go through it real quick. It was basically they basically had the same players for most of them. So first up, I looked at Peter Schrager. He had the Raiders selecting Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State. This would be my pick. I would love to get Micah Parsons with the 17th overall pick if he was to fall down to the Raiders. I would give that an A. Now, Charles Davis had the Raiders selecting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker. Again, another great pickup. And Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is one of my favorite players in this year's draft. And he seems like the most realistic pick, you know, to be there at 17. Now, is the Raiders going to select him? I don't know. But there's a lot of reports saying that if Micah or Jeremiah is sitting there at 17, there's no way they're going to pass us. But again, they could be capping, and we never know. Again, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah would be an A+ for me as well. Now, Charles Casserly was the only guy that went in a different direction. He had the Raiders selecting Tevin Jenkins, tackle out of Oklahoma State. And I would give that an A as well, because I know a lot of people say don't get tackle in the first round. But if Jenkins is there, this dude is a day one starter. If we were to pick him up, he starts right at our right tackle position, picks up right where Trent Brown left off. And I know that the Raiders and Mike Mayock came out that they said, what, Jared Jones or whatnot? I forgot his name, Jared Jones Smith, or maybe, I don't know his name. They say that they believe in him enough to start at that right tackle position. And if they're right, then maybe we don't need to go get a Tevin Jenkins, you know? And maybe this is a guy that, you know, can end up like Darren Waller. You know, we all thought that we needed a tight end, but little did we know we had Darren Waller, you know, in our pocket. So if this guy can step up, you know, Jared Jones or whatever his name is, then I'd be okay with that, and maybe we don't have to get a tackle in the first round. Now, MJD had the Raiders getting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Daniel Jeremiah the same way as well. He had us getting Jock as well. So if we were to get Jock or Micah Parsons, I'm giving it an A+. Don't at me. That would be the perfect pick for the Raiders. What do you guys think, Raider Nation, if we were to get Jock or Micah Parsons with that 17th overall pick? Let me know in the comments below. Now moving over to PFF, they had the Raiders selecting Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. Now their explanation for this is the bottom line for the Raiders is if they don't improve at quarterback, they have a little shot of contending in the division with Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and an emerging passing attack in Denver. Newsome has the skill set for Gus Bradley's new cover 3 scheme, as he is solid in off coverage while also showing some footwork to hang in press coverage. He took great strides by earning an 83.8 coverage grade and allowing a passer rating of just 31.7 in 2020. The Raiders can add him to the mix with Trayvon Mullen and Damon Arnett, who both posted a sub-60 PFF grade last season. Again, I do not want to get a cornerback in the first round. Greg Newsome is a good talent. Yes, he would fit our scheme well, but we would be reaching on this player. You know, he's considered a late first round, early second round player. So getting him at this pick, I wouldn't want it. And I would give this move a C+. We already do have a guy in Isaiah Johnson that I do believe is going to break out this season. But if we wanted to add more depth to the cornerback position, I would wait later on because there's a lot of solid cornerbacks in this draft. So getting Greg Newsome with the 17th overall pick, Raider Nation, what do you guys think? What grade would you guys give it? Let me know down in the comments below. Now looking at all these different scenarios at the 17th overall pick, there's so many different options the Raiders can go in. Now I know that their biggest needs are, you know, on the offensive line and in the secondary, but I believe that they could address those later on, whether it's in day 2 or day 3, because there's so much depth at those positions. I want the Raiders to get, you know, the best player available on the defensive side. You know, we need to get somebody that's a difference maker. That's why my favorite guys are going to be Micah Parsons and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with that, but I want to ask you guys, Raider Nation, who would you guys want to select with the 17th overall pick? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this Friday afternoon, man. I hope you guys are having a great week. I will be uploading my official NFL mock draft for the Raiders, a 7-round mock draft this weekend on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that, Raider Nation. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. If this is the first time you guys are watching this video and you're a Raider fan and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Until the next video, this is your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is, yeah!